Hello everybody, I'm creating a new class right now. I'm going to put it online and it's going to be a demo and it's going to be a software demo. A new software demo. And the name of this demo is how to get an injunction in federal court using the Injunctor software by A McZEal. This little video will take about 5 or 10 minutes, okay? I'm going to have to make some adjustments into this little program right here, if y'all don't mind. All right, I'm gonna move this down here a little bit. All right, let's get back to this. How to get an injunction, okay? Using the software. I'll show you the software in a minute. Here's some things we want to look at. The first thing you gotta do is you gotta file your lawsuit, man. File your lawsuit. In state or federal court. All right, you gotta do that first. And then you can file your motion for a preliminary injunction. This program is centered around a federal injunction, okay? It'll work for state, but you'll have to modify it a little bit, okay? Next thing you want to do is compose your injunction, your motion, okay? We'll get that started. Well, you definitely want to do your legal research first. You can put that right there in number 2. That's part of number 2. If you're trying to file a motion without doing your legal research, the other side is going to beat the hell out of you because you don't know what you're talking about, and they're going to go get all of the research, and then you're going to lose your injunction. So you have to do your legal research. The next thing you have to do is file your injunction with the court. Well, let's back that up a little bit. You want to contact the other side. Contact your adversary and let them know. Oh, you know what? Just file your injunction. Then serve. And contact the adversary. All right? That's it. So let's take a look at the program now. So in terms of filing your lawsuit, I'm not going to look at that right now because that's beyond the scope of this little review. But let's say you already filed your lawsuit and now it's time to compose your injunction. So we're going to be right now, we're on this step right here, okay? So let's launch the injunction program. I'll show you what it looks like. Where is it? Oh, it's going to be right here. I got it hidden. Okay, here you go. Got it loaded right here. The way this program works is pretty simple. Let's take a look at it. It got 18 pages in this program. Page 1 through page 18. Excuse me, y'all. You're looking at the motion, the first page. The computer dropped the date in there for you automatically. And the second page is a table of contents. This allows you to compose your brief. And as you can see here, some automatic things that's required to get the injunction are automatically programmed into the brief. So you need 4 things to get an injunction: immediate and irreparable injury, whatever, and loss. You have to be more likely to proceed on the merits. The balance of equity tips in your favor, and the preliminary injunction is in the public interest. If you can prove those 4 things, and maybe if you can find some other cases related to yours, they'll probably give you the injunction. Otherwise, you're going to lose the injunction because they don't like giving injunctions if you're not really going to be irreparably harmed. All right, let's go back to the first page, see how the program works. You put your name in there. All right, 235 Elm Street. Okay, you put your phone number, blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to put my real number because I don't want everybody calling me up, Anyway, you put the name of the court here, district court. Let's say you're in Los Angeles, so let's say you're in the Central District. Okay, computer kind of remember that court name. And let's say you're in the Los Angeles Division. All right. Let's say for right now, I'll be the plaintiff. And I'm going to go on and use A McZEal. That's my stage name. And I'm suing people. And let's say I'm suing Aquin. Trying to get an injunction against Aquin Loan Services, LLC. All right. The case number is by the clerk already. They'll give you the case number after you file your lawsuit. You just enter the case here. The case number is, let's say, well, I don't know, 2017 2017-8C. That's blah 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 AMJJ. Oftentimes you might want to put the judge name right here. This little space right here. So you can put the judge name and the magistrate maybe. And maybe later on, that's it. All right. So it's a motion for injunctive hearing. As you can see, the computer automatically drops my name in there. And this space right here is used to, tell the court what you're trying to get an injunction on. Okay, so you're requiring the defendants to, let's say you're trying to get an injunction from illegal foreclosure. So you might want to say, all right, so you want to restrain the defendants from foreclosing the property pending the disposition of the lawsuit. If you actually won, they would stop the defendants from foreclosing the property. You could sue the defendants and they couldn't foreclose the property until the lawsuit is finished. Okay? And then you want to add some other things. Suppose you're getting evicted. You want to restrain the defendants from executing any writ. Probably want to make the word out. You want to restrain them from kicking you out of the property if you've been, had an eviction. So the sheriff can execute the writ. Maybe you can ask the court to restrain the sheriff from evicting from the property. So I'm going to move on now, and blah blah blah. You just write what it is you want, but what it is you want to make sure that you're asking the court real clearly and concisely, and you want to make sure that what you're asking for is beyond the court's ability to give you relief. If you ask for something stupid, you can forget about it. Okay? For example, if you say, I want to stop the lower courts from evicting me and all that other stuff, well, I don't know if they're going to do that because they probably can't stop a lower court from evicting you except for special circumstances. They can't stay a state court order. Okay? So if there's a state court order against you, then they probably won't state except under certain special circumstances, at which time you have to do a lot of legal research to find out what the circumstances are. All right, so now I need to go to page 2, all right? And it's table of contents of this motion. As you can see up here, put the name, the party's name, the case number, blah, blah, blah. And down here, you want to tell the court something about your case. This is a table of contents, y'all. It looks something like this, okay? Nice. All right, so all the things that's in this table of contents. So you probably want to state some things. So if it's illegal foreclosure, you want to tell the court about the illegal foreclosure. If it's illegal foreclosure. Okay? Okay? Kind of like building a case. If there was illegal eviction. These are just examples, okay? You have to be able to come up with some information that's going to be related to the facts in your case. Kind of put some titles here so that you can write your paper, like writing an English paper. You want to give the court as much information about the process, okay? You want to tell them maybe about the fraud that was committed. A judgment. I'll make up a few topics right here. All right. You're just kind of giving a few little, making up a few things to talk about in your paper, and you want to put something like Defendants Act warrants an injunction. These are all little subtitles I'm putting in here, and of course you want to spell things right, okay? All right. And this last topic right here, I'll just put anything. Let's say cases relative. Well, this is the factual thing, so we're not arguing right now. So you want to go back up here, see where you're at. Whoops, sorry, y'all. Right here. Okay, so this is the structure of your paper, statement of facts, and right here. All right. So these things right here is what's going to happen in this injunction. You're going to be talking about some of these things right here that you're putting in this injunction right here. These are only examples, okay? Now, you got 4 things that you need to get the injunction, and these are the 4 things right here. You could also put a few little notations right here if you wanted to. For example, you're going to be irreparably harmed. You can say, well, plaintiff will be harmed by the unlawful foreclosure, eviction, and will lose property from the eviction. You don't have to put anything right here, y'all, but the program is designed to put this plaintiff will, is most likely will All right. Plaintiff has a lot to lose. Defendants has nothing to lose. This injunction, all right? This injunction is in the public interest. All right. So I just put some bullshit in here, y'all. Just any information. And this is the structure of your brief now. All this information carried on to the body of the brief. Let's take a look at it. This is the introduction. Tell the court what this is right here in this section. I'm not going to go through all of that. That's what this section is for. You give a little bit of introduction about your case. Here's a preliminary statement. You can just talk a little bit right here. Talk a little. Alright. That's what this section is. Kind of like you're going to want to brief them a little bit. Give them a little preliminary statement on the basis of your injunction or whatever. And on the next page, you want to kind of give a little bit about the nature and the stage of the proceedings. This is related to the lawsuit. So take a look at your lawsuit and see what you say there. All that information in the lawsuit has to be consistent with your motion, okay? So if your lawsuit is about alligators, don't talk about ducks. All right? So talk about the nature and the stage of your proceedings, where you at with it, maybe the date you filed the lawsuit. And this section right here, the grounds of release sought, well, you tell them the grounds of your motion and what you're looking for specifically. Keep it short and simple. All right. On this next section, you see that some of the things that we wrote in the menu all appears here in the statement of facts. So you said about the illegal foreclosure, talk about that. Give them some background information. Don't blab. Just get to the facts. Stick to the facts. All right. Number two, talk about the illegal eviction that you wrote in the menu there, in the table of contents. It shows up here. Talk about that. Talk about how you were illegally evicted and perhaps how it violated your civil rights and blah, blah, blah. Talk about the fraud that was committed, if there was fraud. These are titles which are coming over from the main menu of information that you had typed in earlier. The eviction judgment. Make sure you spell things correctly. This is not spelled right here, so we're just demonstrating the program. And the violation of civil rights, the wrongful violation of the automatic stay, talk about that. The defendant acts warrants an injunction, talk about that. These are things you wrote about. As you can see here, the computer automatically puts forth a legal argument for you a little bit. Cite some nice cases for you that you don't know about. And basically how the way the law works for preliminary injunctions in federal court. And then on this page right here, you want to be able to tell the court, you know, how you're going to lose, how you're going to be wronged irreparably. You're not going to win the motion if you can't show that. So if you can show that you're going to be irreparably harmed, go ahead on and do it on this page by keeping it short and to the point. Okay? These spaces allow you to type stuff in there. Okay? This is your legal argument. And then you have to also talk about how are you most likely to proceed on the merits. These 2 points are the most important points. If you don't get these 2 points right, you're not going to win your motion. You're not going to win your injunction. Okay? It's the way the law works. So talk about that. How you're going to exceed? How you gonna succeed on the merits? How you most likely to succeed on the merits? And you got a whole page to talk about it. That's it. You don't get another page, so keep it short. The balance of equity tips in favor of the plaintiff. Well, you got to talk about that too. Show the court how things are in your favor, how equity would tip in your favor than opposed to tipping the defendant's favor. What do you have to lose and what do they have to lose by issuing an injunction? Most of the time, they don't have nothing to lose but attorney fees. Okay? Sending their attorney to the meeting. That's about it. They don't have nothing to lose, especially in the case of a foreclosure or an eviction. All right, and next page, you have to show how the preliminary injunction is in the public interest. Get it? If you don't show how it's in the public interest, then you might deny your injunction. So do some legal research first and try to find a case where that case was in the public interest. All right. All right. Now you also have to make a certification as to uh, the regarding the efforts to give notice to the other side and the reasons the notice should not be required. And that's what this is for. So let's say whatever date you certify on, let's say the day, 17th, Father's Day, you served in my personal service, you served in my fax, first class mail, and you can all explain another way you served them. Okay? And this section right here is a reasons why it should not be denied, required. And as you can see here, the computer put 2 reasons for you. If you have any other reasons, you can put it right here. Reason number 3. Oh man. All right. And then you want to sign your name. I didn't automatically have the computer put your name because your attorney might do it. So you want to let him or her put their name right there. And right here in conclusion and prayer, you can blab a little bit and close out your brief. This is for exhibits. Okay. The exhibits you might want to use in your brief. Blah, blah, blah. Put what you think is good for you. And the next page is an affidavit. Most of the times you'll have to make an affidavit to the things you say in your lawsuit thing. That's why you normally get an attorney to do this. But you can make the affidavit. Kind of keep it short. It has to be related to the facts related to your case. All right? You got 2 pages to do that of the affidavit. It's page 2. And finally, you have a proof of service here. Okay? And once you do all those things, let's take a look at it. Boom, here's your motion. Let's go back to day 1. Well, let's go back to page 1. This is page 1. All right, if we look at it, let's just take a look at it. View the motion. So the motion will look at something like this. Very professional. You see it has a table of contents, everything that needs to be in there. Of course, you have to fill these parts in. It don't take that long to do that. You want to do it accurately and as accurate as you can. And these are some of the things that you typed in, program. And after all of these pages are filled in, you're ready to go. This would be the package right here. All right, folks. Getting back to, all right. Let's get back to the class here. So that's going to conclude the software demo. So you compose your motion. All you got to do now is file your lawsuit, and don't forget to serve and contact your adversary. But don't contact him now. Contact him after you file it. Okay. All right. Thank you for attending. Have a nice day. This concludes the seminar. See you later.